Hello, YouTube land. It's making memories with Melody here. I'm going live to answer a question that was asked to me earlier, and I thought I have time, I have the ability, and I'm going to whip it out. So this is going to be a time-effective uh, uh, tutorial that is quick and to the point. I make these flat mail folders, envelopes for personal mail, and someone wanted to know the dimensions. I have stolen this idea from Nick the Booksmith, and I make them out of file folders and or hanging file folders because I ended up with a box of hanging file folders that I didn't need them, so I created these with them instead. Her idea was awesome. So I'm going to use this as a guide and look for a pencil. I'm going to find one. Hi, Diane. So I'm going to cut it right there. So this is a pretty traditionally sized Manila cream colored file folder. And I am going to cut it right here, which is at 9 inches. And I'm going to just cut off a portion of it. Like that. So that portion is now off, and this portion is going to be the fold right here, is going to be the fold that we have right here. Okay. Now what we need to do is cut the top portion. So our fold is here. So that was 9 inches wide. Okay. Now we're going to make it, looks like 13 3/4 inch tall. So my thing only goes to 12. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark this. But I'll tell you the number of the fold where we score it. So these are really awesome to send little goodie bags. That the most you'll put on there, if you keep it tame, is 2 stamps. So now the top here, so this is the back, right? That back area there. This top flap here is 2 1/4. So I'm going to put a score at 2 1/4. That is my dogs. So let's see, we have our top. Two and a quarter. I'm second guessing myself, of course. So there's our top flap. So now this flap is going to be cut just underneath there. So I'm going to mark it so I have it. And then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to show you. This is where we will cut it. And from the fold at the bottom to this cut looks to be about 5 1/2 inches. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Okay, so now we have this. This is our base. So now with our leftovers, we're going to make these flaps for the side. Okay, and we have these 2 leftovers here that work perfect. In fact, they don't have to be trimmed down except for the height, right? So the height that I have here is 5 3/4. So I'm going to cut this off at the perforation, not perforation, but kind of a scored line, because I don't want any scored lines on my side flaps. I don't know, Diane. They were here earlier, so maybe they got busy, or they don't know I'm on yet. They're going to be bummed, because this is exactly what they asked me to show today. Or not they. Okay. This cutter is on its last blade leg. It's going to come out at a different direction. Put some elbow grease into it, as usual. Okay, so now this is the same as this piece, right? And now what I want to do is score it. Oh, you did get a notification. Well, they must. This is Wednesday. I wonder if something exciting's happened. It looks like about 1/2 inch. So I'm going to score these at 1/2 inch. I'm glad you got a notification. Makes me happy I'm not here all by myself, Diane. So there's my score at 1/2 inch, right? And then this one. Try to get a straight line. And try to get the right score mark. Trying to do this quickly so that this video won't overwhelm anybody if they want to try to fit something in to watch. Okay, so now what we do is you can use any glue. Just me and you today, Diane. You can use paper glue. You can use Aleene's. You can use fabric tack. You can use whatever, but you want to put that down. You want to put the glue between this flap and the back of the base. And then what I do, my husband and I, is we paper clip them pretty securely, right? We paper clip them all the way down so that every bit, because remember, this is going through the mail, right? Plus, the whole point of it for me was I was decorating the insides of them, and they were becoming kind of a keepsake. So they were going through the mail, and they were a keepsake. So we were putting the glue on there, and we were paper clipping them very carefully. Right, so that leads us to here. So now this is what one looks like once it's dry, but I haven't done anything else with. Okay, so I do take my corner punch, and I round the corners. And I go ahead and round all of the corners. Just gives it a little bit more of a detailed look. So there we go. Now, there are a lot of options can be done with this. Really quickly, I will show you that what could be done is decoupage. You could decoupage this on the inside, right? That would be simple and easy. You could also take papers, any papers that you thought matched or didn't match, whatever, and then you can cut out the sizes. This is what Nick the Booksmith did. She measured these out, cut those individual sizes, left a little bit of a frame around there. She cut them for here, 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 and here, and then decorated it up on the inside, created like a little pocket right here. And then the fact is that when it gets folded up and mailed out, it is just awesome. And as long as you don't go too thick, then you can, like I said, 2 stamps to send out Happy Mail. Just a nifty little situation. This one, my husband accidentally put this on the outside, and I haven't been able to really take the time to figure out if I think I could swap it around and then use that on the inside and cover it up. But I think so, especially if I was to put some. No, I think that would be fine. We use a very sturdy glue. We use the Helmar Quick Dry Adhesive. So this is the envelope made out of a, in fact, I'll show you really quick. What we do is we take this. This one's going to give me fits because it's older and slow moving. We take the side here. And get all the way open so that all the glue can flow out when it wants to. Kind of swirl it around. You don't want it so thick it pours out, but like I said, you do want a good secure base for this project because it's going to go through the mail, and depending on how you decorate it, it could end up going through the mail a couple of times. Because that's what I would tell my ladies when I was sending it to somebody. You know, I would try to make their address pretty inconspicuous on the outside so that it didn't mar it up too bad at times. And then go ahead and they could put a sticker over it and remail it to someone else. And it could travel around. And so it just depends on how much gets marked up with stamps and everything. But recover the front. I mean, that's the thing, is this is a very sturdy material. So there we go. There is that one is being glued as we speak. That's why I put all of these paper clips there, so that none of those little openings become open pockets, right? And I'm going to go ahead and glue this one just because I'm here and I have the glue going. And they can be done in any color. I've sprayed them with alcohol inks and did them very abstractly and then mailed them off. And I've mailed them to all over the place. So try to get that kind of in the middle. But alrighty, look at that. Under 15 minutes for sure. I'm going to just grab this paper clip. It's a bit bigger, but it'll do the job. There we go. Alrighty, so this manila file folder that once was like that, and this is what's left of it, and those could be made into tags, and otherwise very little waste, and a really great way to reuse these, especially if somebody's getting rid of them and you're like, yeah, give them to me, I've got a plan for them. And this is what it can turn into. Now, she took the time, Nick the Booksmith, if you want to go check her out, and decorated just beautiful inside. And I've done that also, but I wanted to keep this video more functional, right, at how to make it, and keep it simple and the time down. So thank you so much for joining me over here on YouTube. Thank you, Diane, and I will see everybody later. Bye-bye.